Hello, everyone. It's back to Schizophrenic Benfica. We got all of that. Plus, we got a special guest with us, a borrowed guest, if I may. That and much more. Another night, another podcast.
Hasta que no estás aquí dentro no sabes la grandeza de este equipo.
Quero o Benfica intimidar o adversário. Quero o manto sagrado entrar com vocês em qualquer estádio e assustá-los, pá! É isso que eu quero!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Talking to the Dog Benfica podcast. My name is Alfredo. With you, as always, every Tuesday or every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Monday, whenever we feel like coming, we're here weekly. Talk about Benfica, therapy sessions, celebration sessions, what may you. But here we are. Thank you for joining us. With me, as always, Cristiano Oliveira. What's happening, Cristiano?
Pedrinho, what's going on, my man? You got me a little bit worried right now for a quick second because I was reading some of the comments here on the live chat. And by the way, welcome, Freddie. Smash the like button, por favor. And I was reading some of these comments, and all of a sudden I'm distracted and I hear therapy sessions. And for a quick second, I had flashbacks. And I said, wait. And then I'm like, no. Today it's okay. I had to calm myself.
It's
I was
okay
starting to have
today?
a panic attack.
It's okay today?
As of today, I'm okay. I mean, all things considered, I'm okay.
We also got the fancied Oliveira, Dave D. Oliveira. He gets the D in front of his name. What's happening, Dave?
What's going on? Today's okay. Could be better, Chris. Always can be better, but I think we're in the same boat.
Well, we gotta focus on the positive. It could be worse.
Could be worse.
That's
Could be
definitely
worse.
true. I like
Yes.
this. I like this positive Cristiano, but good to be back on here tonight. And could be worse. Could be better. Like Gattuso once said, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. So we'll take the positive here.
And last but not least, our guest of honor tonight. You may know him from Visão Vermelha. Tiago.
Or from absolutely nothing.
Or from absolutely nothing. Tiago Sueco, as he's known. What's happening? Welcome. We were
Thanks, man.
we were happy, and we were happy enough to have him on this, or we're happy. We're glad that he was on this side.
Not were, bro. You act like
We are.
so that means you're
No,
no
we
longer- you're no
we
longer-
were happy. Now we're much happier.
Let's see what happens.
No. We're glad to have him on this side of the pond. So he was in New York. So we decided, hey, what better time to watch a Benfica game, which he watched this past weekend with Chris and Hugo. And tonight he's here on our podcast. And welcome, Tiago.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm a bit nervous because I'm in the presence of
Foolish.
icons. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
guys
see,
were.
Thiago. Yeah, I see the Super Bowl hasn't worn off from Saturday.
Yeah, well, I don't even remember some parts of that afternoon, but yeah, I mean, really an honor to be here, and thank you for inviting me. I've been listening to you guys for years, and yeah, you guys started this whole Benfica podcast community. You were the ones doing it first. And how long have you been doing it? 10, 11 years? Something like that?
13 years.
13, yeah, like
51.
551 episodes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, really excited to be here and to
man.
talk about what we love
Yeah.
most.
Yeah, thanks, man. Also, you guys, I don't know if you guys listen to the Visão Vermelha podcast, but it's a relaxed, fun group of guys that just a lot of banter going back and forth. So if you guys want, definitely check that out. And Tiago's always there, plus another 10 or 12 guys that they have on the podcast. No, it's
Who
good.
knows who shows up?
It's good fun, man. It's good fun. But thank you once. Don't be nervous. This is not as fancy as Visão Vermelha. When they have all the sounds with the subscribers and everything, and the sound bites. Yeah, this is a little bit more relaxed, if you will. But anyway,
Yeah.
welcome.
Aqui é mais amartelada.
Welcome.
And can you swear? Can you only swear in Portuguese on this podcast?
No, you could swear in Portuguese, Spanish, Swedish.
Swedish?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey,
let's do it.
Tiago, you paid a fine, so go ahead. Whatever language you want. It's fine.
We'll send you the bill.
I'm leaving next week, so
You won't be allowed back in the country, man.
yeah. Well, it's going to be a matter of time anyway. So right, with this mustache, I'm sure next time they'll be like, no, you go back to Mexico, sir.
Yeah, Cristiano, you've already done your followers thing, your guests,
I
your,
think
your
I said-
chats.
I said,
you
okay,
hit the like button.
Timo, Cristiano Oliveira, Kevin, Sneaker, shout out, Oops, Paso, that's our boy Tiago, Manuel Acuna, Emelo, Kevin Martins, Diogo, that guy, he should be watching hockey instead of listening to us. Jason Gaidola, Vespa do Eliseu, foda-se. Everybody, welcome. Smash the like button and feel free to send us over some questions that we're not going to read over the next hour. So
Ever. No, thank you all, Freddy's, for joining us. Certainly, on tonight's agenda, we're going to recap the Moreirense game, which admittedly probably a lot of us have already forgotten about.
I don't even remember.
We're also recap.
Too many martinis. Right?
Yeah, we recap today's game against Monaco at the Principality of Monaco, and we'll look ahead to a very tough, difficult game over the weekend on Saturday against Santa Clara and the Azores Islands.
Am I allowed to talk about that one, Dave?
Cristiano's
We'll see what
favorite
the pitch report shows.
Cristiano's favorite islands in the whole wide world, the Azores Islands. But yeah, so thank you once again for joining us, and let's get things right underway. Benfica played Moreirense on Saturday. Trubin was in goal, Ba, Araújo, Otamendi, and Carreras, Manu, Auschnitz, and Kokshu in the midfield, Artur Koglu, Sheldrup behind, or I should say, on the wings with Pavlidis up top. Nothing really different here from what we were been used to. Di Maria, as you guys know, had picked up an injury, so Artur Koglu stepped in, gave him a rest, and look, we got off on the right foot. 7 minutes in, 1-0 by Pavlidis off of a PK. 16 minutes, Pavlidis doubled his tally, and then things kind of started going down the shitter.
I'll tell you something, Alfredo.
Go ahead, tell me something.
Before the game started, our good friend here, Tiago Spasso,
You watched?
says to me,
Yeah.
It's Ukpasos. It's a famous Luis Felipe Vieira quote.
Ukpasos.
Yeah. So I really admire that guy. So I took his.
No, you
That-
don't.
that-
Come
that-
on, lie to us,
Nah,
please.
Don't you see I'm growing a mustache just
É
because
por
of
isso que eu
him?
tenho o bigode, caralho. Então,
Exactly.
Pá, acorda. But I'm with Tiago, and Tiago goes, Pavlidis hoje marca 4. And I said, dude, yo, stop drinking. But before you know, 16 minutes in, it's looking good.
Yeah.
2 goals. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Epa, you were onto something. I should have listened to you. But it's a carbon copy of the season so far, as you know. We start off on the right foot. And then it just, I don't know what it is, man. A switch goes off. And we can't just be consistent. We can't keep our foot on the pedal. We just, I don't know what happens to this team, but it's whether it's a lack of concentration, where it's a confidence thing in terms of já tá ganho. I don't know what it is, but again, there's plenty we can talk about this game still left over to talk. But it's just one of those things that we've noticed game after game after game that we just can't seem to put a good 45 minutes together. Whether it's the first half, second half, there's always a question mark going in. But just wanted to point that out that he did say 4. And right now, we've only been up to the 16th minute. So, Tiago, you're looking good so far.
Perfect. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and then in the 19th minute, it all went to hell with Moreirense clawing one back. And at the time, I thought that Benfica kind of laid back and thought that this was going to be it. But as we know, Benfica has had a hard time controlling the game, controlling possession, putting the game on ice, and Moreirense just thought that there was still a lot of game to play, and they came to play, and they played. So like I said, clawed one back, and then in the 34th minute, Silva came in for Ba. In the 37th minute, 3 minutes later, Tino came in for Manu. Both Ba and Manu out with knee injuries. They will be out this season and possibly out this calendar year. That all depends on how they recuperate. But before the half, Otamendi would get us up 3-1 off of a Kokshu feed. But really a strange half. And Thiago, I guess I'll start with you since you're the guest of honor. Your thoughts on that half and how you saw the half at Sport Noord in Benfica house.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those typical Benfica games, right? They know they have a better team, they know they have better players. They got the lead, and then they're like, "Oh, we have a Champions League in a couple of days. We're gonna take it easy and try not to hurt ourselves." And guess what? Two ACLs, being torn and in a in like what Ba got that torn, just going against the guy, and the other one jumping. I mean, it was insane, right? Yeah, and then Moreirense, do have a good team. Thank you Moreirense for getting Roger Smith kicked out. That was lovely from you guys. But yeah, in Portuguese we have the word called sobranceria. I don't know if you have that in English or not, but I think this is a cultural problem at Benfica, which is they know they're better. They know that, yeah, we just turn on the switch and we're going to score a goal, no problem, but we're not playing against Beira-Mar in 1991. These teams are highly professional. They have good players. They have good coaches. Yeah, and it's not so unbalanced anymore as it was. And we totally, we relaxed on the second half. And it was another game which we suffered.
Oh, he went silent
me
for
or
all
you
of
guys?
us.
Alfredo.
Yep. You went silent.
Hello. Hello.
You went silent for
Hello.
you froze.
Did we lose
Alfredo's
Alfredo?
frozen.
No, I'm
We
here.
lost you.
I'm here.
Well, it just went silent for a good 10 seconds. I don't know if anybody else.
No,
I
but
guess me and
Okay.
Dave heard it.
no, I'm here. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah.
you, but it
Oh.
went silent for 10
Oh,
seconds.
yeah. Thiago went silent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You stay
Okay.
quiet, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. So my Wi-Fi is a bit crazy, I guess. Yeah, so it was one of those games in which, typical Benfica game, we took the lead and then they relaxed. And yeah, they just expected that this is fine. We're gonna win. We don't need to run that much. Yeah, but those guys have a good team and they put us on the spot. And luckily we managed to get 3 points. But yeah, every time the ball got close to Trubin, I was just like, okay, this is going to be a typical Trubin play. He's not going to get up, get away from the line. There's going to be a cross, and they're going to score a goal or something like that, right? So, yeah, I was pretty anxious in the last 10, 15 minutes of the match, but
Yep.
luckily we got a win. But yeah, I think it's just something that Benfica has a club they really need to change it. It's a cultural thing, right? And when they say 15 minutos a Benfica, right? That, the old saying that we had, 15 minutos a Benfica, it's not at the end of the game. It's not in the middle of the game. No, it's the beginning of the game. You put 4 or 5 goals,
Which
and
they
that's
did.
it.
I mean, yeah, considering the way things have gone, they did 2 goals in 16 minutes. That's pretty good. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah, well,
4. It wasn't 4,
yeah,
but
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
it was
I
okay.
would say 4 and 15, but it was, let's
Yeah.
say 50% of the goal.
It's better than other
Yeah,
games.
yeah, but they clearly, slept during most of the game. And luckily Moreirense did not manage to score a third goal, but if they did, that would be a shit show. Imagine you're winning Moreirense 3-1 or 3-0 and you get 3-3. The same
Eh,
with Estrela da Amadora, we were winning 3-0, 2-0, 3-1, and then yeah, against the 16th team in the league and against AVS, the same crap. And guess what happened? Turbine just was sleeping and not getting out of the goal, and we took a goal and lost 2
Yep.
points. Those 2 points would put us 2 points away from Sporting now, in a position that we would just rely on ourselves to win the league. Now we don't anymore. So yeah, something that, this club really needs to change the approach when playing. I'm not going to say smaller teams because they have quality as well, but when we play not the big clubs, we really have to have a different mindset and approach it differently because they're getting better, and we're just, slacking off, and it's gonna happen again. And I'm already worried about the game on Saturday against Santa Clara because they have we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about it, but they have an even better team than Moreirense and Estrela da Amadora. And we are coming from a Champions League game, and then we have another Champions League match in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's something that I'm worried about, but I guess we will talk about it
Yeah.
next.
It was tough. It was there were those portions there, points of the game in the first half that when Benfica being up a goal or even 2 goals, there was huge portions where they're on the back foot, and I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, man, am I really watching this shit at home at the start of the lose? I mean, Benfica's on the
Mm.
back foot. Moreirense is pretty much controlling the pace of play. They're controlling the game, and it's just like you just because of what we've witnessed throughout the season, you were just sitting there waiting
Yeah.
for the shoe to drop, right? And
Typical.
and then
Yeah.
and then it did, and then it did, unfortunately. And it's like I said, I don't know if it's like Tiago, you're saying we need to change our mentality and attitude, but bro, this is something that we've been witnessing now under different coaches,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
For years.
It's a culture thing now, man.
Yeah,
It's
for
just like
years.
and as I said to you before, when I said it's a confidence thing, I don't mean a lack of confidence. It's aquela coisa, yo, we're too good for this. Já
Yeah, yeah.
ganhamos. And it really needs to change. It really needs to go back to that old school mentality. O jogo só acaba when the fat lady sings. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
want to see no fat lady singing, but in other words, it's when the referee blows a whistle.
Yeah.
And we need to take these games serious from the first minute
Yeah.
to the last whistle of the first half.
But
And it's
I'll
just dumb mistakes over and over.
But I'll be honest with you guys. There was periods during JJ's reign, especially those years we were dominant team, that the team was like that. We chased goals and more goals and more goals, even after beating teams handily. So I don't know if I agree with you guys that it's a culture thing that Benfica needs to do a lot better, and certainly the club's history demands it, and us fans demand it, where the team should always try to put their feet or their foot on the opponent's throat and just go for the kill. And it looks like there's 2 goals and the team doesn't know how to manage the game. I can understand if the team can manage the game. They get 800 passes in the second half and the other team just shit a bola. But this is a team that time and time again, both with Schmidt and Lage, that we could see that can't manage games, can't put games on ice. So it's okay if you don't want to get tired because you have a high volume of games that are going on, but there's a way to rest with the ball at your feet, letting the ball move around and keeping possession, keeping the ball away from your opponent. But Benfica doesn't seem to know how to do that. Moreirense pressed high.
Yeah, but Alfredo, real quick, I don't know. I know I've come on here, and you and Dave have talked about this often, where we say, look, man, we have opportunities to put these games away and get some breathing room when we don't. I don't know if my memory's going, but you guys remind me. Freddie's in the chat. Feel free, man, because join in, chime in. I don't even remember many opportunities in the first half that Benfica squandered. It was like I said, Moreirense had the ball, and we're in the lull. We got the 2 goals, and we're just like that. And I think towards the end of the first half, we might have picked it up a little bit again. But for the most part, we really did a whole bunch of gibberish. It's the concerning part. We're playing at home.
Yeah.
We were effective with the little minimal chances that we had. We were fortunate to score 3. We're on the opposite side of things as of lately, where we do have more scoring opportunities and we tend to not bring our finishing boots. But on this side of things, it was the opposite. We were more clinical with our finishing. Just to play a little bit of devil's advocate, but the 2 back-to-back injuries, I think, really took the life out of this game here. And we talk about the team putting it into cruise control. And you could tell that they definitely were in cruise control. They didn't want to risk any more injuries, given the 2 freak injuries that we saw with these 2 individuals, with Ba and Manu, and we hope they have a speedy recovery. But I don't ever recall seeing something so freakish like that, where it's Bago's out injured, Cart comes out. There's a little bit of a delay, but as soon as the game starts up, almost in the same area and same type of freak injury, and now Manu is out. So I think that really took the life out of the game, and you could tell the players really put it in cruise control after that to ensure that they didn't risk any further injuries there.
But
Yeah.
let me just say just a couple of things. And I agree with you, Dave. I think, that, it was hard injuries and the players are like, yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. It's not a good day. I'm going to take it easy. But this is recurring, you know.
Yes.
I remember I've been lucky enough to be outside the lose a few games this season. And for example, the Estoril game for the championship, Estoril had 8 shots on goal on the first half. The difference is that, that their players suck, or else we would have gotten a few goals and we wouldn't have won that game, right? And we have lost. We did not win 6 games in the championship this season in 21 matches, 4 losses and 2 draws, right? So this is recurring. It, like you said, Christian, it's year after year. It doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter who the coach is. Yeah, it's a club mentality, and it does need to change, because if we took these games more seriously, we would not be in a position that we now. Benfica does not just solely depend on themselves. They have to wait for Sporting to lose points, or else we're not going to win the championship. And Benfica spends way much more than Sporting, way much more than Porto. I don't know if you guys know how much Benfica pays in salaries per week or per year. If you look at those numbers, you can check them online. It's not accurate numbers, but if you see the percentage, it's like, almost 45% more. How is this possible that Benfica pays a lot more than the other clubs, spends a lot more on transfers, and in 4 years we have one championship, and this one, I'm sorry, it doesn't look good to me.
No.
I think Sporting is stronger. So, yeah, of course we won. I'm super happy when that happens. But we need to take these matches differently, because yeah, it's shit's gonna hit the fan
Yeah.
someday. And when that happens, yeah, then Sporting is 7 points away. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
That's it. Championship is out the window.
Yeah. No, and look, I agree with you guys. I think that and this is a bigger conversation, right? And I'm sorry that we're getting off on a tangent here. For the amount that for the amount that Benfica, the amount of money that Benfica makes from their fan bases, from constantly the stadium being sold out, biggest attendance in Portugal, the money in advertising that the club captures, the amount of money that the club makes, and the amount of money that we invest on players and infrastructures and whatnot, we still come off as amateurish, as somebody that is not able to capitalize or get the return on the investment that you've made. And that's, for a fan, that's concerning. It's concerning because we know that the club makes quite a bit of money. We know that the club pays high salaries. And I know that the João Felix sell changed everything in terms of how Benfica negotiates with clubs, right? Not only the João Felix, but you got the Darwin Nunes, João whatever. Benfica started being a club that now, in order to buy a player, the prices are a lot higher for Benfica, because clubs know that Benfica sells pretty high. So that's how they negotiate with us. But the thing is that it's for the investment that we make on this team, for the amount of talent that we have, we should definitely be doing better. And that I think that's what most fans are really upset about. Not only are we
about the talent, I agree with you on the money we spent. I don't know about the talent.
well,
I don't know if I agree with that point,
we
but go.
spend money on shit because
We
because
spend
what
money on millions on crappy players,
yeah.
and this Rollheiser thing, like, yeah, we want that player now. Oh, okay, 1 million, sure, bring him out, and then he's gone. Like,
Yeah.
we had probably the most horrific president we ever had, Valdez Vid, right? He only said one thing right: escudo é escudo, right? And Benfica needs to treat their money in a much different way because
Yeah.
it's very hard for the Benfica fans and sócios to pay their, monthly fees and pay their tickets, and then they go outspend, 8 million euros on Meite, and Meite was getting paid 125,000 euros a month for the last year, and he was just running on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, these things just make me crazy because I know that a lot of people really struggle to go see a Benfica match.
Yeah.
They really take food off their plate
Right.
just to go see a match, right?
Well,
And we need someone in the club that says, "Hey guys, we're not gonna spend this shitload of money for things that we're gonna have a solid professional approach."
yeah.
And then when that happens, we can invest it in a much, wiser way.
No,
So
and
hopefully.
the biggest thing is that who's scouting these players and who's giving the okay for us to go and spend this money on these players? Because obviously we could see the players 5-10 minutes into a game and we could see a player sucks. How does an educated scout that lives off of scouting, that goes and sees several matches, how does a scout not see that the player is shit? Who's accountable for these players? If the scout gives their avail, if the scout gives, yes, this guy is good, this guy is going to bring you this, he's going to provide you this, he's this type of player, he's this type of profile, go spend the money. If the scout points it and he says, this is the guy that you need, and Benfica knows, okay, if this is the guy that we need to spend the money in order to get him because he's highly recommending from our scouting department or whoever the fuck recommends them, who's responsible for giving the green light to buy? Because one thing is to spend the money when you know you're spending the money on a good player, and the other thing is spending the money on a player that's shit, that you've been given the wrong information. I don't mind spending money on players, but be good players. Let it be good players.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
I'll just throw this in real quick, and I'll step back out. When you say that, they're listening to players, to scouts. It's just a pity they didn't listen to the person who told them to sign Victor Gyökeres.
Well, that and we fucking wasted time and never signed Jimenez.
Which one?
The
The
guy
one at
from
Milan?
the
Feyenoord?
Feyenoord.
No, he's at Milan
The
now.
Mexican
Well, he's in
guy,
Milan now, but he
Milan.
could have
Yeah,
came
yeah.
instead of the guy that we brought, which I
You
forget.
guys don't like Tankstead?
For this.
Musa. Hell, Musa we want back. That's
Right,
what it is.
but that's Musa's okay for the role that he played. We got him domestically. He was the guy that was going to fill in. He served a particular role. But for your premier striker, for you guy that you rely on to score goals, put balls away, I don't understand.
And at Benfica, if I ask you, the four you and people here on the chat, do you know who makes decisions at Benfica?
Nobody really knows because they're
No,
all protected.
It's Rui Pedro Braz, it's Lourenço Coelho, it's Rui Costa, it's
Yeah,
the
but they don't
coach.
go scout. I'm sure
Yeah,
those
but
guys
if,
don't go scout.
Jurasek was.
That's another one.
The Benfica scouting team said, "Don't get this guy. He's not good." And Roger Smith said, "I don't care. I want him." And Rui Costa was like, "Okay, he's the coach. He's the boss. How much is it? 14 million for a guy that never actually played for the Czech national team? Sure, let's get the guy." And what I think there's when there's no professionalism, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Right? And you have so many people involved, and Lourenço Coelho has one opinion, Rui Pedro Braz has one opinion, Rui Costa, the coach, and the scout. It's too many people involved, and there's also a lot of interests and favors with all those agents and Jorge
Yeah,
Mendes,
and
and
like, yeah.
so it's not as simple as it should be.
Yeah,
This guy's a good player.
Yeah.
Get this player, he's gonna give you this. There's also, oh yeah, but we're owing a favor to this guy, to this agent because of that player and this player. So it's, yeah, I don't work in the this business, football business, but I'm sure it's not a good industry to work in.
But yeah,
just that's the feeling I have.
Yeah, Diogo Reis is saying agent, Chicos Marcelinas, Alfredo, don't forget the comissões factor. Yeah, and it all plays that. But who's being held accountable for the poor performance and the poor skill of these players that we went and spent all this money? Somebody needs to be held accountable, because if I make a shitty decision at my job and it costs the company money, I'm going to be held accountable. So who's being held accountable for these shitty decisions and for this money that you're spending that you're just throwing it away? Like
But
Rollheiser.
you're not going to be held accountable when you're judge and juror.
Right.
So,
That's the truth.
it is.
Fortunate for us, there are elections coming up, so there are some other jury members. There's plenty of jury members.
Yeah, but it's
to
not
cast
as clear of a picture, Dave.
I gotta give Timo a little bit of credit here because we talk about so many of these strikers that this guy was such a success at Benfica that I've totally even forgotten that he came through, that he passed through, which was Yaremchuk. I completely forgot about that guy until
Well, that's
Timo
another
mentioned
one.
him right now. That's another one because we talk about Musa, we talk about Tankstead, we talk about Picanho, but this guy's another under the radar. Completely forgot that he was even on the team.
Yeah. Timo saying
Do you guys still? If I told you Renato Sanchez is a Benfica player, would you still believe
I
it?
forget sometimes.
I
No, I
completely
haven't-
forgot
I
about
haven't
Renato
forgot.
Sanchez.
Yeah,
Like,
Timo
who-
Oh
yeah, he's a Benfica player. I forgot.
yeah, Timo's
No, I
saying
haven't.
well, but we knew how that shit show is gonna end up. But Timo's saying the money we paid for Marcos Leonardo, Tankstead, and Yaremchuk, we could have gotten Jimenez from Feyenoord for 25 million in the winter transfer window. We waited till summer, and he resigned with 400 million release clause, and now he's at Milan.
40
40
million,
40
not
million
400
release
million.
clause. But it's just the decisions are bad decisions time and time and time again. There's commissions, as I said. There's a lot of interest behind. There's George Minge, so on and so forth. There's a lot of money that moves around in the background that we don't see it. But at the end of the day, it's like, do these people really, do they want what's best for Benfica, or do they want what's best for them? And here
I don't
we
think
are,
so.
the fans, and look, all four of us that are here, well, Cristiano not so much anymore, but all four of us travel to Portugal to go and watch games. We spend money on merchandise. Thiago lives in Sweden, and he occasionally goes to Portugal. People book trips to go see the club, and the club is run by a bunch of clowns.
And it's
And,
crazy.
They
to
don't give a
think about
fuck.
It's crazy to think about. We just broke down the first half, guys, and what it is. We got into the second one. Into the second half.
This sounds like an end of season recap where we're breaking everything down.
But
Sorry,
look,
guys.
Look,
I
yeah.
hope it's not my fault.
Let's no,
No,
it's
you-
fine. We
No,
often
but
go off
hey,
on tangents.
O Tiago queria dizer uma coisa. Like I interrupted him. Let him get his 2 cents in. Vai lá, Tiago. Que que
Uh,
dizer?
yeah, I mean, the Saucies are gonna make a decision, right? Hopefully, and that's my opinion. In October, we're gonna have. I hope there's gonna be a massive turnout to the election, and the Saucies are gonna decide. But the feeling that I have is that when the Benfica board meets, I think they don't care about titles, guys. That's my feeling. They're just like, show me the Excel file. Is it green? Perfect. Let's go, let's go eat dinner and Benfica pays and the sausage pay. Because at the end, all these guys from the SAD, they're getting a shitload of money every month. Like Rui Costa makes a ton of money. Pires Lima makes a ton of money. Silvio Servan makes a ton of money. Jaime Antunes, oh, thank God he's not there anymore. But, everyone that is part of the SAD, they make a ton of money. They don't get paid as being a part of the club because that's not in the statutes yet, but it's going to change.
Yeah.
And I do think it makes sense that they get paid something, or else it doesn't really make sense that they're wasting, their time to be there and not getting something back. But Benfica moves a lot of money around. And yeah, these guys are thinking in their own personal interest, the money that they're making and the connections that they're making for their own businesses and industries, like Vieira was doing with his companies and his real estate companies and all that crap, just giving out favors and here's some Benfica tickets and you help me getting a permit to build here, all that crap, right? So Benfica is a monster. And if the owners, the sausage, don't take care of it, it's someone is gonna take it.
Yeah.
and they're gonna
Look,
use it.
I want to last 2 cents. I want to clarify.
Let's
something.
rein it back in, Chris.
And I'm
But go
about to
ahead.
get hammered over. I'm about to get hammered over the head by Diogo and a lot of other guys in the chat here. But I just want you guys to keep this in mind. Jorge Mendes is not all bad. There's some good in him too. Him and other football agents. Okay, I just want to throw it out there. Sometimes you take the good with the bad, or you take the bad with the good, but it's not negative. I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And there's people that get paid to make decisions, and when other people facilitate some of the shenanigans, you can't just keep pointing the finger at one person. And I just want to clarify that about agents, because I think sometimes they get a bad rap. But at the end of the day, agents work for players, and players have a bigger say. I understand it's a little bit different in Portuguese football. Some players aren't making that much money, but look, I don't even want to go down that tangent, but just want to clarify that, like I said, it's not all bad. There's some good. Okay, guys, let's try to be a little bit more positive. Let's go on to the second half, Alfredo.
That's all. Is that like a disclaimer on your part? You don't want agents to come after you, or you don't want to be on any
The views
blacklist?
expressed on the Benfica podcast do not reflect those of Cristiano Oliveira.
Especially when you speak about agents.
I'm just saying, not all are bad, guys.
Not all are bad.
No, and sorry if I
No,
gave you the wrong.
I'm not saying I'm just clarifying. Not all.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Because I was talking about the people that run the club and are part of the SAD and the club. That's those are the ones we can choose. And of course, the rest, agents, players, that's part of the industry, and you can't really change that.
Thiago, everybody loved agents when Benfica got 129 mil from
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look, like I said, take the bad, you take the bad with the good. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's for my OnlyFans. You go check that out. I'll do an exclusive on agents on my OnlyFans channel, guys.
Can't wait.
Yeah, but it was just it was a shitty half by Benfica, and the second half wasn't much different. And Diana Chavez's husband, his men, were on top of Benfica. And look, I think that if at the end of the game the score is 3-3, I'm not surprised, and I'm saying I'll take it. I'll take it. We were lucky to get out of Stadio Luz with a 3-2 win. And it's a shame. It's a shame because we've seen this team play in Europe at a very good level several times, right? And then domestically against these rinky-dinky teams, which probably their clubs are run way better than ours, if I could just add to that. But this is our cross to bear. This year and last year, and it's been many years in the past 10 years that we've had to suffer through this. So how much longer are we going to endure this? And and are the Sauciers going to do something about it in Outubro? I know what I'm going to do, and certainly isn't voting for Rui Costa, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Just tired.
I'm on your side.
Dave, play the disclaimer, bro. We're trying to get players on the podcast.
Not all presidents are bad, right?
Alfredo, every candidate is we're trying to get some people over on the Benfica podcast, so we don't want to exclude anybody. So, Rui Costa, if you're listening, you're more than welcome to come on the Benfica podcast and entertain us and talk to us. And same thing for Manteiga, same thing for Noronha, same thing for Matamurus, whoever wants to come on here. Dave, play the disclaimer.
Even the chicken.
The Galinha.
The Galinha, that's right. I forgot about the chicken. That's right. We got butters, we got chicken, we got hamburgers. I mean, we got a full meal on this plate.
It would be embarrassing to have a president for Benfica, the club of the eagle, called chicken. I mean, that's just not acceptable. We can't really have that. Sorry.
Think it is?
Can you imagine the CMTV just going, chicken, eagle, all those jokes?
Oh yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Is he even? Did he announce he's running? Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Dave,
so, Galinha, you can come too, Galinha.
Dave, give us some stats, Dave, so we can move.
Let's. Did we even say what the score was? I feel
3-2.
like we got that first half, and then we went
3-2 with a lucky handball at the end of the game. That should have been a penalty, but that's for another podcast.
Correct.
Yes.
Agreed. Pavlidis with his first 2-goal game here for Benfica in league competition. The only positive here, and then on the negative side, Benfica have suffered 9 goals in their last 5 Portuguese league games here. The defense is leaky back there. And that last goal too, it's like almost a carbon copy of the goal we saw the weekend prior. It's like these teams pressure us when we're trying to build from the back, and we panic, and next thing you know, they got a wide open shot in the box. And credit to them for putting it past us. But we tend to, as soon as any pressure is coming when we're trying to build from the back, we panic, and these other teams capitalize here.
Yeah. All right. Shifting gears.
Can I just
Go ahead, Ken.
say something? I don't know if it went kind of unnoticed, but Auschwitz at the end of the game, he said something that along the lines of, it wasn't good enough. I know that fans expect more from us, but we got the win. As I said, we got the 3 points, but yeah, we need to play better. So, the players are on the field. They know better than anyone that, yeah, of course the coach is going to say, yeah, we were Benfica today. I'm like, come on, lads, just shut up. Just stop with those sentences that mean nothing. The players know. And hopefully, in the balneario, in the locking dressing room, that, yeah, they know that they need to do a better job. And, that's kind of what I'm relying on.
Yeah. Anyway, shifting our attention now to today's game against Monaco. Much better game. Benfica traveled to the Principality to play Monaco. Monaco looking for revenge. They felt they were hard done on the game that we played there a few months back. That game ended up 4-3 or 3-2? 4-3? Yeah.
3-2.
3-2. Trubin was in goal, Araújo, Silva, Otamendi, and Carreras, Tino, Auschwitz, and Kokshu, Artur Koglu, Sheldrup, and Pavlidis up front. So Araújo obviously is going to be playing right back or not for the rest of the season, or not, because he also came out today with an injury. Manu is obviously done, so Tino's back. Di Maria was on the bench, but not yet able to go the 90 minutes or not again. So yeah, it was Artur Koglu and Sheldrup behind Pavlidis, and again, strange and not very well played first half by both teams. Monaco actually had a good first 15 minutes, as they should. They're playing at home in front of their fans, so they'll add a little bit more of the initiative in the first 15 minutes. But then it was just sloppy play. It was just not good football. Benfica couldn't hold the ball. They couldn't connect sectors, and it was it just wasn't good. I don't know, just missing a lot of passes. The possession was bad, and the team looked rushed. They looked to be rushing a lot of passes, and I don't know. It just wasn't a good half by Benfica. But at the end of the day, Monaco, or I should say, at the end of the half, Monaco didn't play much better than Benfica, and I guess 0-0 at the half. I'll take that result. Chris, I'll start with you, man. How did you think that first half go?
First, I mean, look, I was gonna say Pasavola, but
Pasavola.
whatever. I'll just get it out the way. I thought Benfica started the game on the right foot. I thought Benfica had opportunities to get on the scoreboard right away, and it's something I've said multiple times, due to the inability of the overrated players on the roster who couldn't capitalize or make the right passes or make the right decisions with the ball. Benfica, unfortunately, didn't get on the score sheet, but it's another one of those games that I felt Benfica fell asleep a little bit. Hold on,
fell asleep or they didn't wake up? Never woke up.
Well, you can say that. I mean, but again, you can't say they didn't wake up. When they started the game, they had a couple 2-on-1 opportunities, and they couldn't make the best of it. So I can't tell you they didn't wake up. You get what I'm saying? It's just a matter of then continuing that consistency that we all talk about so much. Or Benfica keeping the pressure on, and we just sat back playing on the road, understanding that Monaco had to come forward at some point. But yeah, it's just very inconsistent at times. Benfica has opportunities to get on the score sheet. They don't take advantage of it. It's something we've seen multiple times over and over again. And then Pavlidis gets one of those magical moments that we're gonna remember for a little while here. And it's funny because I think Thiago mentioned this on Saturday. You definitely heard the guy in the post game press conference talking about ketchup. It was just a matter of time, drip, 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 and the guy's been finally, putting the ball in the back of the net with some
8 goals and 6
opportunities there.
message.
Yeah, with some. I mean, I think Pavlidis just in this year. Well, this year's only been here 1 year. In this year's Champions League campaign has tied Sporting's all-time leading goal scorer in the competition. So I think he's waking up lately. So credit to
Yeah,
him,
but
even though he did have some sitters that I thought he could have done better. But we'll talk about.
but
the
you
second
can't
half.
really compare caviar with tuna. I mean, comparing Benfica and Sporting, come on.
Tô
Good-
falando
good-
avançado.
good point.
Tô falando equipe.
Good point. It was also I don't think Benfica is won 4 games away, 4 consecutive games away in the Champions League. Also, right? That's a stat, right, Dave? I don't know if you have that one, but
I don't know if it's consecutive, but 4 in this
In one campaign.
In one campaign,
one
that's
season.
the record. That's the record that they just accomplished.
Yeah. But yeah, certainly we started the second half the best way possible, as Cristiano mentioned, with Pavlidis off of another Araujo feed, chipping the goal. And then 52nd minute, Musrati gets a second yellow after asking the ref to give Carreras a yellow, and he all of a sudden he
what
felt
was that, bro?
surrounded by Benfica players. He thought he was at the Pedreira asking of somebody for a yellow card, and the Italian ref didn't want to take any of his bullshit and just gave him a second yellow.
Yeah, but that was harsh, guys.
It's
I don't know
harsh.
about
It's
you
the
guys.
rule.
That-
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
the
rule,
rule.
Chris.
But how often do you
very
see that?
Hey, guys, again, guys, come on, let's not be Benfiquistas here, okay? Let's
No.
be soccer fans.
It's a
You
Benfica
can tell me
podcast.
I understand, but we can't see everything through red colored glasses, okay? I understand it's the rule, but if you're gonna emphasize that rule, then epa, foda-se naquilo acabava 4 contra 4, which you can't because you got to finish on the field with 7 players. Come on, I mean, look, I to me it was harsh. You see players every single game asking the referees. Look, it is what it is. It favored us, or maybe it didn't. I don't know because we didn't do much else after that. I mean, much else meaning we didn't take advantage of the opportunity playing with up a man over 40 minutes. But yeah, to me, as I said, it was harsh. And I always come on here and I talk about what I honestly think without anybody interfering with my thoughts. And had it been the other way around, I think every single one of us Benfiquistas would have been upset, would have been crying, would have been outraged. So you got to call a spade a spade. To me, I thought it was harsh.
Thiago.
Did you see the director of Monaco complained right after the
Yes.
match on a?
Yeah,
So they're like,
they-
yeah, it's part of their
They
thing.
did,
When they
and
lose
that-
against Benfica, they complain
But
about the
Thiago,
ref.
yeah, they did. That director did exactly what Benfica did against Barcelona right after the game. Complained.
Yep. Yep.
Over the
Benfica
ref-
complained.
No.
Wait, that ain't. Wait, huh?
Didn't Rui Costa,
What?
didn't Rui
What
Costa come
happened?
out to the tunnel
This
to
season?
confront the referee?
Don't no goals, man. I'm just.
Thiago, but
know.
a goal to start the second half, and then Benfica going up a man, or actually going against 10 men. You must have felt that, okay, well, if we could manage this, if we were able to manage this, we could see ourselves out of this game with the 3 point. I mean, the advantage at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first, just going back a bit, the first half was not good. I would say until the minute 30 or something like that, minute 35. We were really struggling to build our game. We were giving a lot of space in the midfield, especially between the defense and the midfield. And Florentino, Kokchu, and Auschwitz were just completely lost. They had the ball more often. They were really pushing, and they were closer to Trubin's goal. And then, of course, 30, 35 minutes, their gas started going out. And Benfica started managing the game. We got closer to the goal, and we could have scored, right? And after Al Musrati got sent off, the game changed. It was a Benfica game. I don't think on the second half they had maybe a couple of shots at goal, Monaco, but nothing dangerous, right? And yeah, it was a solid, good win. But in my opinion, it felt kind of small because we could and we should have scored at least another goal.
Yeah.
To put this.
Man, I felt Thiago.
Yeah.
That shit to me after the game, Hugo calls me, and I'm sitting there like, tasted like I know I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say is ludicrous, but it tasted like a loss, bro.
Yeah.
We
Even the players. You saw the players at the end of the match. They
Squandered
were
an opportunity. Huge
So
opportunity.
many.
Go ahead, Dave.
So
Go ahead,
many.
Dave.
No, I was just gonna say I think the players felt the same way. The way they all just they were moping around after
their body
the
language, yeah.
game. Yeah.
And
And
now you know we're gonna go to the Louvre, and we're gonna suffer.
You're gonna
You
have to
know
play.
it's gonna be.
yeah.
Tino's not gonna play. Tino gets a yellow, so he's suspended because the
But they
yellow card
also,
of mutilation.
but
They're also
their
three
midfield,
guys.
there
They
are two
have
guys
three
that are
guys
also
out.
out.
They got
Three
three
guys.
That's
guys out.
fine.
Three starters.
But guys, that's fine. But any of those guys as important as Tino, especially without Manu, especially without another player on this team that could play defensive center. I know Barreto was gonna have
I
to
thought
do it.
Barreto
but
He's
played
not the
really
same
well.
player. He's not the same player.
But I
It's
thought he
just,
played
look,
really well.
I'm not the biggest Barreto guy, as you guys all.
Neither am I.
Tino guy, you guys all know.
What do you
Tino,
have
I'm talking
against
about Tino.
Majin Sul?
No. I was talking about Tino. I'm talking about Tino. I know he's from Moreirense too, right? He's
Barreto.
from,
No, Barreto, bro.
He said
Barreto.
Barreto, man.
got you. Hey, listen, I technically live in Moreirense. I'm in Alkshit, which is Moreirense,
Yeah, exactly.
correct? Yeah, so, but yeah, I look, that's gonna be a huge loss, and as you said, there was a huge hole in the middle where he was by himself, and that's why all you guys seen them fancy stats, how many balls recuperadas, is because it was a huge gap in the middle. It was Tino versus three guys, and he did a phenomenal job of recovering balls. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, like, he's gonna be missed. I know Araujo got hurt, so we got to see what's gonna happen. We're probably gonna see Alston's at right back if Araujo can't go. Di Maria gets it. It's just like back-to-back games, man. I don't know that Bruxo, that Football Club de Porto hired a few years ago. I think he's back in action. I think he's back
from the grave.
Yeah, I think he's back. He was sleeping
Together
for a
with
little while.
Pete Costa, they're both back from the grave.
Yeah.
Eles não tinham dinheiro.
No,
And now they
yeah,
found money with the stadium sponsor.
Araujo was interviewed at the end of the game, and the reporter asked him, and he said it was more due to the volume of games, and it was something that he had been feeling the first half, and then the second half.
Yeah.
I think it was just by
Alfredo,
more precaution. I think.
I think you missed the release where Di Maria said, "Oh, it's nothing. It wasn't serious," and now here we are a week later. So.
Yeah, so Araujo
I
and
hope it's not
Di
the
Maria
case.
both came out
Hope it's not the
hurt.
case.
And Di Maria did look like to be something a little bit more serious, not as serious as an ACL, but certainly he was holding on to his hamstring.
Yeah, he looks like that looks like it's gonna be.
That might be a
3 to
while.
5 weeks.
It's an old.
3 to 5.
He's older. It takes longer to recuperate.
So, fiambre já tá
Já tá desfeito.
We got Bruma, man. We got Bruma.
That's right.
Oh yeah, in the Campeonato.
But not for
you forget
Champions
about
League.
Bruma. Yeah, in the Campeonato.
Yeah, for Saturday, but not for Tuesday.
Yeah.
But listen, dude, just so I can get out of here.
Where are you
Bro,
going?
we needed to. Let you guys talk. We needed to put minimum another one in the back of the net. We had plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, bad decision by guys, get into the box, crossing to the corner flag. I don't understand some of the decision making on these guys. But unfortunately, man, it just left a real sour taste in my mouth. I thought Benfica could have taken advantage of the situation. And knowing Benfica, knowing the Portuguese trend, knowing how I've suffered over the years, I know next week I'm gonna be sitting there shitting my pants. Monaco's going to be putting pressure on Benfica. We're not going to have guys in the midfield. We got less guys available due to injuries. So they could have made things so much easier.
Yeah.
And this ties back to what we talked about earlier, ties back to what we talked about in previous podcasts, where we have an opportunity to put games away and walk away through a beautiful walk through the park. And we just can't freaking capitalize. We can't make things easy. And the last point I want to make is I've heard a lot of noise in different podcasts, Benfica universe and Twitter world and the whole nine over the last week. It's as if the Cartilha has been out. I first started with Shaldrup. Now it's Santa Cristiani. And the other one that I'm really tired of, the Cartilha I'm tired of, is this notion that Tomás Araújo is the best center back in Benfica. As if Otamendi has retired. While Otamendi's on this team, he's still the best center back on the team. The guy gave another masterclass today. In big games, he shows up. Yes, he's had some hiccups. They've all had hiccups. But por amor de Deus, my respeitinho velhinho celebrated his 37th birthday today with another brilliant performance. Enjoy these guys while they're here, because we don't get many of these guys at this caliber that come and play for our club. Because as we all know, they all go to China, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, the United States. It ain't Portugal's measly euros. And so enjoy these guys. I enjoy it. Stop criticizing them. I know he's not made in Seychelles, but No one's perfect, and he's done a phenomenal job. So little respect for
Yeah,
the Red.
I even thought then when we had Belotti and Cabral up front, that at least we could have crossed some balls for them to head in. But no, nothing. We
Yeah,
couldn't
and
get any
Laj
crosses.
was telling Carrera, cross the ball, cross the ball, cross the ball, but
Nothing.
that didn't happen.
I couldn't get
No,
any
that didn't
crosses.
happen.
It's like Andre Almeida
and-
all over.
No, and just a comment about Otamendi, Cristiano. Yeah, he played a great job, and I think it depends on the way Benfica plays, right? If we play with the low block, he's the best, best in Portugal for sure. He's, he gets where the player's going. He's really good positioning. But if we play in a different style, if we play way above the field, then he really struggles with
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Then that's when he messes up. He tries to go for the ball. He's slow, and then usually he's the last guy. In my opinion, I think he should not continue at Benfica this should be the last season. We should
I
get
agree with that as
something
well.
younger.
I do too.
You can say. I just want to jump. I do agree with that. I just think that we enjoy him while he's here, and at the end of the
Yeah,
season,
for sure.
because we do have Antonio Silva, we do have Tomás Araújo. Look, those guys need to play. If Otamendi is willing to come back on a reduced salary, which we talk so much about salaries as if I pay his salary, I don't really care. But on a reduced salary and accepting a reduced role, that's fine. You need a leader because once he leaves, that is huge. That's huge leadership walking out the door, huge experience. So, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say the last year, but in terms of being a starter, a day-to-day starter, I would agree because you do have those two young horses that are ready to go.
Yeah. So anyway, precious 1-goal lead now coming into Stade Luge, but yeah, I think that much like the team and a lot of fans, we feel that we should have come out of there with at minimum 2 goals, if not more, if we had been more competent up front and more efficient up front. And certainly now you bring the game to Stade Luge, a 1-goal lead is not that big of a lead, because if Monaco scores, now it's a game. And I don't think, as I mentioned here, I don't think Benfica has it in them to be able to control the game. And I think that if we go and play for a tie or for whatever to hold the result, it's not going to be pretty. So I think at the end of the day, the players' body language showed that now they got to come to Lisbon and do work.
You know what I'm worried about, Alfredo?
Yeah.
It's what happened last season with Marseille. Remember? We beat them 2-1 at Stade Luge, and the mood at the stadium was, damn, we should have won 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Roger Smith was like, oh, I don't get the fans. Everyone's complaining. We beat Marseille. Because everyone knew, man, we're screwed. We're going to lose this. And we did. And we lost on a penalty shootout or whatever it was.
The good thing is that Stade Luge. So maybe
Is it a good thing?
Well, not from what we've seen at Stade Luge in the past couple of games. I mean, against Moreirense, it was like people were at a funeral. Couldn't hear the crowd.
But that's
the team, right?
A whole episode about that. It's just there's so many.
The team's got to
factors why
inspire confidence. The
bad.
team's got to inspire happiness and excitement in a fan base. And if they don't, the fans are just as nervous as the team is, and you could feel it. And the players could feel it. The team can feel it. It's a lot more different when you're playing and you feel the crowd, and the crowd is behind you, and the crowd believes you. And even if you're not getting the breaks that you need and you're creating the chances, the crowd firmly believes that if you keep going, you will do it, and that will ultimately get you to push and get you to get that goal. But when you're not inspiring confidence, it's very hard that the crowd rallies under you or behind you to get you there.
But it goes both ways, Alfredo.
It does.
Because, when the stadium is booing Trubin for not passing the ball to Bruma. I mean, guys,
awful shit.
What the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you doing?
Awful.
This makes no sense,
He can't act like that neither towards the fans.
I know, but it's been like what, 10 times, 15 times.
I don't care if it's
I agree, but he's also human.
salary,
so.
bro.
I get it.
Listen, Tiago,
Yeah.
here's the thing, and I side with players a lot on this podcast. I'm the guy more on this podcast than Dave and Alfredo. I tend to side with players a lot more.
Chris, let me
But at the end of
pause
the day,
you. Let me pause you right there so we could say goodbye to our friends at Pema Media. Please listen to our podcast on regular aggregators to follow the conversation. Go ahead, Chris.
at the end of the day, whether it's Ruben, whether it's Di Maria, whether it's Mazzaruju, whether it's whomever, okay, they're the professionals, not us, the fans. And they have to understand that they're going into every game. Sometimes they might get booed, sometimes they might get cheered. It's just you can't antagonize fans when they're obviously upset with something. You can't have that reaction, bro. Look, I get it. They're humans, Tiago. We all are, right?
Yeah.
But they're professional, right? Ain't nobody
Yeah, I get
paying millions of dollars to go root and be a professional fan. Because if I'd be the best freaking fan there is, right? But
Yeah,
as a
but
professional player, you gotta eat
boo
it.
the Moreirense goalkeeper. Don't boo the Benfica goalkeeper. You know what I mean?
Why?
Just
Why is there a law that you can't boo your own team?
there's not a law, but what sense does it make? I mean, when I went to Rio Maior to see that horrific match against Casa Pia, I stayed until the end of the game to boo that team. Yeah, that was horrific. It was horrible game. It was embarrassing. I mean, but it's okay, passing the ball to a player and the whole stadium is like booing the goalkeeper. I mean that's crazy for me.
I agree with
That's,
you.
you
It's
know,
not. It's not the nicest thing to happen. But at
no,
the end of the day, when players react that way, that sense of entitlement, that's what I think upsets the fans even more so than
yeah,
anything.
I agree. You know, it's
You
reaction
can't have
causes
that.
reaction.
You can't have that sense of entitlement, man. Whether
Yeah.
it's right or wrong, like I said, I don't agree with it as well, right? But you can't react like that. You're the professional. Don't come out with that sense of entitlement because all you're gonna do is make things worse. That's
Yeah,
all you're doing.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Yeah. But anyway, Dave, stats.
That's here. Pavlidis, again, full of confidence, has now scored in 4 straight here. With his 15th of the season, overtakes Di Maria as Benfica's top goal scorer. Finally, he's got some confidence in him. Benfica have never not qualified when winning the away fixture and the first leg away. So we've got that on our side here going into the second leg, and Benfica recorded their 3rd consecutive away victory. I know we said 4th in the campaign, but this was the 3rd consecutive away victory in this year's Champions League, equaling their best record in this competition that was set in 89 and 90.
Great stuff.
I'm a little upset now that we had Tiago on the podcast because he's got my anxiety going because he
What the
reminded me.
fuck?
He reminded us of the freaking Marseille games last year, and he's so right. And now my anxiety's through the roof. Tiago, man,
Maybe we should skip dinner tomorrow then.
Man, it's so like you're so right, man. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
After that game at home, it was rough. It was like now, it was like, bro, since it felt like we dropped. You know, we did drop points, right? But it was just, I mean, we won the game, but felt like I'm saying we dropped points, and it's kind of like today. We got the draw, we got the win. I mean, but it felt like we dropped points because it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
And then we paid for it in the second leg, and now you got my anxiety through the roof because yes, I hope it doesn't come to fruition. I hope it's not the repeat of what it was. But as we all know, history has a tendency of repeating itself. And bro, that was one of those things that I've stashed in that little memory bank where you don't want to remember it again. And you brought it right to the forefront. Thanks, Tiago. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Anyway, up next we have an extremely difficult game, and like I mentioned, in Cristiano's favorite island in the whole wild world. Benfica.
Hey, when you say it like that, bro,
it is your favorite. It is your favorite island that you've never visited.
I remember. I remember the Azores thing with Cristiano. What is it about?
They hate me. I didn't.
They hate you?
Yeah, they hate me. I like the island.
Cristiano criticized.
Dave's a Soriano. Did you take offense to anything I said, Dave?
I didn't take any offense.
But there were some people that did.
I want to know.
There are some proudful Sorians out there that did take offense. I went there in the summertime. I don't know if they did any upgrades to the drainage system, Chris. So we'll have
Did
to see.
anybody get upset, Dave? Did anybody? I don't think you were part of the podcast yet. So
I was.
I'm
I remember that was
No,
the
no,
year
no, no,
before.
no. You don't know what I'm saying. I don't think you weren't a part of the podcast yet. So I'll ask Alfredo this, and then we can right back to you. Dave.
I had to shut
Alfredo,
off the podcast account because of all the criticism.
No. But
There
did
will be
anybody get upset at me?
death threats.
Espera. Did anybody get upset at me when I went to Tondela and took a picture and said this grass is shit? And they came and the baller stole my pictures and put it on the front page of the baller.
But
You remember? Nobody hated
Cristiano,
me for that.
you criticized the whole island, brother.
I didn't. What?
You said that their drainage system was shit.
I said.
But that's the whole island.
I know.
All 7 or 9 islands.
I said if you're in the first division team and you don't have a quality drainage system, you shouldn't be in the first division. What the? I would have said that about.
I don't think you said that as nice.
Oh, I absolutely did. I'm very political in this stuff. I make sure I say the right thing, and then everybody just jumped down my throat as if I was attacking the island. And now I understand why, because I guess all those hate emails you were replying there. He hates the island. He hates all 7, right, Dave? I think Alfredo was just getting them going.
Here's something everyone's thinking about, Cristiano. Would you shake Paulita's hand?
I would. I don't know if
One
I
day.
understand anything he says, but I'll definitely shake his hand.
That hole just
That's-
keeps
I
getting
think
bigger.
He has
where
a
the
French
hate
accent.
That's where the hate started
No,
from. Its
hold on.
comments like
Hold on.
that.
We're talking about Paulita, guys. Why are you making it an island thing? Jesus.
That's the
Yep.
most well-known representative
he's
of
from,
the
San
Azores.
Miguel.
Nah, the most well-known thing from Azores is
The drainage
Hey.
system.
no. The Cristiano's hate, but no. What's that shit on Netflix, Dave?
Oh,
You
no,
just
page.
Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah.
And that band, and them
fish
guys
butt.
and you ever see them guys that rap and fado and they do all the accordion and stuff? Those guys are good. Those guys, I think that might be my favorite thing from Azores is that band group.
Imagine if they had a good drainage system.
Imagine.
You know what it is? Listen, I'm fair, guys. I say that about any stadium in boy. I don't care who it is. I mean, you want to be in the Portuguese division, you want to be in the top flight division. I don't care what company you're at, what country. You should have a drainage system in your field. Now, you take offense to that. Hey, man, what can I tell you?
Yeah, I remember it's because of the the stadium in San Miguel, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I guess it was a game against Benfica. It was completely full.
Yeah.
It was
flooded,
for
if I
the
remember.
Tasa game. If
They
I'm
tried
not
to
yeah,
play.
yeah.
I think, they tried to play, and that shit was like a putt or like, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
So the game is taking place on Saturday, 6 p.m. local. Dave, what's Santa Clara up to this year?
They're having a good season. They're currently in 5th with 38 points from 12 wins, 2 draws, 7 defeats. Their last 5 coming into this: 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat. We've already played them twice this season. A 4-1 victory at the Estádio de Luz for the league, which was Bruno Lage's first match in charge, and then a 3-0 victory for the League Cup as well here. Weather report on Saturday: there is a 60% chance of precipitation, 5 millimeters of
No
rain,
fog.
a quarter inch for you Americans.
This conversation is taking a turn for the worse. I got my boy Manny Valadon saying, "Damn right, we hate him." We got Sheep saying Chris is persona non grata in the source now. I got a guy comparing me to Trump talking to Sheep, comparing me to Trump talking about Puerto Rico. Thanks, Sneaker shutout got my back. He's gonna give everybody a pair of Converse.
And Timo was saying that he thought that he was your favorite Azoriano.
I thought you were from Madeira, bro. I don't know. I'm all.
Don't get those two mixed up, man.
I love all you guys. Listen, all I want to know in all this gibberish, guys, this is the thing that we all should be focused on. Did you fix the damn drainage system? That's all we should be
We're
talking
gonna find
about.
out.
That's it.
I'm gonna shut off the comments.
I'm
It's not gonna be good.
Island phobic.
Island-phobic. Chris is island phobic.
Timo's my man. Timo's my favorite guy. I thought he was taller though, but Timo's
Make
my man.
Azores
I love
great
Timo.
again.
Make the drainage system great again. That's all. I don't care about the Azores. I love Azores. I actually want to go visit, but the stadium needs to upgrade the drainage system.
Yeah.
And now that they
It's
changed,
a municipal stadium, I think.
Now
So
that
it's not
they
even the
changed-
club's fault.
Yeah.
now that they changed their crest, they're no longer like Benfica bit. So now there's no more love for them.
Yeah.
Right? They changed it, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
that's right. Yeah.
He changed
They
it.
did. Looks way cooler now.
But
Hey,
they
yeah.
have a good
saying-
team.
You saying that the Benfica emblem is ugly? I'm afraid
No, I'm just saying that Santa Clara's emblem is cooler than the one they used to have before.
Nah, but all jokes aside, though, Santa Clara has been in good form, bro. They're
Yeah.
taking points away from the other big teams. They're obviously going
They're
to
the
post a huge
Cinderella
threat on
team.
Saturday. Yes,
They're the
Benfica
Cinderella
has
team.
to go in there, and play a full 90 minutes rather than what we watched. It's going to be interesting to see the starting lineup, as we know, a lot of injuries. He's going to have to be doing a lot of maneuvering, as you said. Araujo might not be a serious injury, but he did say himself that he's fatigued, he's tired. So I like to think he's not playing, at least not starting this weekend. So very interested to see what he's going to do, if he's going to play the kid Alexandre or whatever his name is. I don't even know his name. What's the
Leandro.
kid? Leandro, it was close. Leandro, Alexandre, it was an L in there somewhere.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see if he plays. I don't know how I feel about starting a Putu on the road at an island with so much hate.
At an
towards him.
island?
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's gonna be an atmosphere that the kid could deal with. But all jokes aside, it's tough, guys. Also, it's gonna be a tough place to go to. Benfica can't afford to drop any points. Do any of you guys know? Not that it matters, because at the end of the day, Benfica needs to win regardless. But you guys know if Benfica plays ahead of Sporting, or does Sporting play before?
Sporting plays after, I think.
Benfica.
Sporting plays after
they play
Benfica because Benfica plays Tuesday and Sporting
Tuesday.
plays Wednesday for the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think.
Yeah, it's something that Lodge mentioned in his.
Yeah,
How does that
match.
make sense, though?
because
How does that make
Sporting
sense?
played
They played
played
before.
earlier this week.
Exactly.
So,
So they
actually,
should-
actually, Sporting plays Saturday. They play Saturday against right after us. Against
Oh, they play right
Roca.
after us.
Yeah.
They play against who? Aroca?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
at
time
home.
Benfica knows the score of. I remember in years past, perdeu pontos, Benfica go lose points. So, I
Yeah,
don't
so
know,
it's
this
better
kinda
to
good.
play.
I guess
We
it's
play
kinda good.
first.
Yes, it's kind of
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and then like I
Timo-
said, we have Monaco on Tuesday at 8 p.m. And look, at the end of the day, we have to assume that game against Monaco. No,
Yeah. But let me just say against Santa Clara, Laj, we expect some rotation, right? Because these Champions League matches are very demanding on a physical, mental perspective. So we're going to see rotation. Santa Clara is doing really well. So I'm always particularly scared about these post games or pre-Champions League games. Because, like you said, Christian, we can't afford to lose any points. If Benfica
Yeah, but
loses
what
this
rotation?
match,
But Thiago, what rotation? You have 3 center backs. One of them is injured, so by process of elimination, those 2 center backs are playing. You know what I mean? You're gonna play. I'm not. Look again. I'm not coming at you. We're just talk. Right? Carreras is most likely gonna play. You're not gonna play Dale over him, right? It's gonna be Carreras.
yeah, I mean, but if he's not playing, then why did they bring the guy? This is the time.
Mas
to
é
rotate.
aquilo, mas I understand. Mas you're gonna give this kid his first start on a place with bad drainage? I mean, it's gonna be difficult.
He's Swedish. He's used to the bad weather. He doesn't care.
Oh, that's
so,
right. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
it's-
But it's interesting because like Pavlidis, if Pavlidis is it going to be Belotti or is it going to be Cabral? Is Cabral even going to be on the team by then? Hopefully he's not.
I
But
hope it's Belotti.
Yeah, I hope Cabral's not even on the team. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know who's going to play on the wings.
Bruma gets a
Brumo
start.
gets a start
This
for
is,
sure. He's not going to play on Tuesday, so
Yes.
You know who also needs a break? Artur Kuglu.
Well, he's needed a break for the past half a year.
That's what I was
Guys,
gonna say. Going back to the agent conversations we had earlier, be mad at his agent because they sold us. They tricked us, bro.
Can
They
you
fooled us.
imagine? Can you imagine what kind of player this guy would be if he could pass, shoot, and dribble?
Yeah,
That's his whole game, Thiago.
He'd
No,
be a
because-
professional. He'd be a professional.
He's everywhere on the pitch. If you see, like,
His
he
work
runs
rate.
everywhere. He works a lot. He's always, where the ball lands, but he just can't shoot, dribble, or pass. So
Hey, Thiago, here on the Benfica podcast, we say when you have to revert to praising a player for running, that's when you know the guy's shit.
To
You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah,
you justify
runs a
why
lot.
he's on a team. That guy came
well,
down.
he
He recovered a ball in Benfica's halfway line. He's good. Keep him on. Keep him in.
But he's 26. Maybe he'll learn. You know,
He's
he has time.
26. He's Turkish and he needs hair implants. Go figure.
Yeah, that's strange coming from Turkey. Why he doesn't have them? But
Could have you could have the procedure done at home.
yeah, that's true. They go to your home. So
Listen, I recently.
are
I
you
recently-
interested, Alfredo? I'm also interested. Just let me know.
Just
I recently spoke to a professional player in Portugal without saying any names. Plays on one of the big three teams, and he needs one, but he said he won't do it. Maybe this is Artugu's reasoning as well. He's like, I don't care what people say about me. I'm not going to do it while I'm playing, because you need to go down 2 to 4 weeks, and like I need that to be getting in shape. I don't have time to sit back and not be able to sweat and not be able to catch.
Yeah, you
know what
can't
I mean?
sweat. You can't
Yeah,
sweat
stuff
for
like that.
3 or
So-
4 weeks. Yeah.
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 So that's probably why he hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying?
I
Maybe,
did not know
maybe.
that
Just
that you
trying to
couldn't
justify.
sweat.
Shout out to Nuno Santos. Give him tell him thanks for listening to the podcast.
What
Damn,
the
Nuno
fuck?
Yo, he's the only bald guy. He's the only bald guy in Portugal.
Dave, way to go, Dave. Way to go, Dave. Way to reveal his secret, Dave. The guy's like, I spoke to a guy that I can't name who he is, Dave. Shout
Yeah,
out
but
to Nuno
he's
Santos.
talking about the other Nuno Santos, not the one everyone's thinking about. The other one that
Yeah.
also played at Benfica and is now where?
I don't know.
Well,
what you
No,
guys-
bro. No.
I don't know where you guys. I don't know where you guys are coming up. You guys know. I didn't tell nobody who I spoke. You guys, yeah, but what's this for?
Dave
What?
called you
I
out.
hate the island. I hate the island. Now I'm having dinner. I'm talking with the rival. What the fleet, bro? Hey,
You talking about hair implants with Nuno Santos, man. Kind
And
of conversations
let's
are
not
those?
gonna talk about the work you're gonna do in the summer.
I don't know nothing.
For
Bro.
this.
I don't know nothing. Hey, listen.
Let's wrap this
Hey,
up. There's too many
what's it
secrets
called?
are coming out here.
What's that stuff? Maya? What's it called? Thank you guys.
Montoya?
No, Montoya. No, what's the shit we gotta say bye to? It's time to say bye.
Bama
Alfredo.
Media.
What is
Bama-
that?
That was 15 minutes ago, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, we should have left then.
No, we got one more thing that I wanted to that I wanted to talk about, which is the winter transfer window came to a close, and we already spoke about Manu last week, but this week we will really wrap it up. So in the final days of or the final day of the winter transfer window, Belotti, right, confirmed. Dal or Dali. Is it Dali or Dal?
Yeah,
Dal.
tú estás fudido. Didn't we talk
Dal.
about this last week?
No,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah,
I'm
I
Swedish,
wasn't here
guys.
and I
Trust
listened
me.
to it. Yeah, you did.
We did
Oh,
speak.
shut
All
up.
right, let's get out of here then.
But go ahead. No, continue. I guess now you can
The only thing is, the only difference was that Rollheiser
And
is
Bruma.
now officially out.
And Bruma.
Well, Bruma
Oh,
was
we
was
talked
always
about
in.
Bruma.
You guys did a.
We did talk about
transfer
Bruma?
recap. Yeah.
We
Me
did
and you,
do.
man. Yeah.
Belotti.
Yeah, I
About
heard
it.
that episode.
Yeah.
And Manu.
And Manu. Yeah, but the
We
only
didn't talk
difference
about
this week is
Rollheiser.
Rollheiser is on the
Yeah.
outs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Do we need to talk about
Rollheiser
Rollheiser?
on his way. The crack Rollheiser on his way to Santos.
Yep.
That was a
And
weird.
we had,
that was
we
a
had
weird.
to get him in. We had to get him in last year. Right
That
away.
was.
500,000.
Yeah. I think that's one of the weirdest Benfica transfers ever. To be fair, like you, mid-season, you go get this guy from the what team was he playing? I don't know, Libertadores or something, and then you say, no, I want this guy now, and you pay him, you pay $1 million extra. He
No, it's
barely
500,000.
500.
or whatever it was. He barely plays. The coach that brought him gets fired. Another coach comes and just refuses to play him, and he's sold at almost the same amount that he was brought
Well,
in. I don't know. It's
At least we didn't lose
Very
any
weird
money.
transfer.
No, they made him. No, they brought him in for 10 because he was coming in for 9.5, and they gave an extra.
yeah, but you had to
500.
pay the guy
And they
salary.
sold.
So.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, there's a guy that comes on a Benfica podcast every week, and he said, "Coach, don't rate this guy. He's not intense enough. He doesn't have the intensity that these coaches looking now." He left. I don't know. Maybe we should start listening to that guy on the Benfica podcast.
Yeah, but
once in a while.
somebody said in the chat earlier that Laj did say that he was a good player.
No,
But
extraordinary play, he
but
said
what do you
today.
think he's gonna
He said that
say?
today, right?
The guy sucks. The guy sucks. He's got 2 left
Yeah,
feet.
be honest. Just
Come
say, yeah,
buy
it
him. Yeah,
didn't work. He's gone.
Yeah,
Just
he's a
don't
come
say
buy
lazy
he's
him.
a
SOB.
extraordinary player, or okay, then why didn't you keep him? It's just
All right.
large communication.
Mas,
Yeah.
Tiago, they're never gonna shit on guys out the door, bro. It's just,
Hey,
But they don't
No.
have to shit on him, but they don't need to say he's an extraordinary player. That's not true.
pois, também a gente
you
não
know.
somos cegos. I don't
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what do you expect when the coach is named after a military base in Azores?
Now you have Now you have you gotta pray, I guess, until February 28th when the Brasileirão transfer window closes. That maybe you could get Picanha out the door. If
Yeah,
you
don't
have enough
fat
time
shame
to
the
do
guy. He's just
I
white.
mean, have you looked at me lately, bro? I mean, I ain't fat shaming nobody. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Benfica
Yeah.
still needs to clear that, but it
Yeah,
was-
Someone is saying here on the chat, yeah, Besta was moved, thank God.
Yeah.
So yeah, good riddance.
Tiago, o João Souza está-te a mandar um
All the best.
beijinho. Diz que agora também já falas inglês.
Abraço, João, é verdade. O português fala tudo, meu.
I didn't mind best, guys. I didn't mind best.
Really?
As a backup,
was-
I didn't mind. Listen, I'm just saying, as a backup, I didn't mind. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the guy shouldn't have
It was
been.
a big disappointment for me. When I saw as like when he was presented, he would look like a mean, badass player, like
With
oh,
that
this
beard.
guy is gonna bring, like stamina to the left side of our defense, and then he was just like, eh.
I mean, Thiago, I said it from day one. I never expected much out of him because when you really looked, and again, this goes back to the
wasn't a left
conversation we
back.
had earlier. Yeah, when you really looked at it, the guy played winger in 37
He
games
wasn't
last
a
year.
left back.
I mean, so from that, I told Alfredo, like, I don't expect much, but I'm just saying, right? In terms of as a backup, because see, this is the thing that we lose sight of this, guys. We lose sight of this, that we turn against players or we say they're not allowed to look as backups. They're good options. It's better than having a total monk. So I'm just saying, and from that standpoint, as a backup, as a guy to play when Carreras was hurt, as a guy to come in and give some defensive stability in the game on a wing. I'm like, agora, as a starter at Benfica, tava curto. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
But as a backup, I think, it wasn't the worst player that we've had. We've
Yeah.
had worse, guys.
And
Trust me, we've had worse.
like Chico Marcelino is saying, we brought him in because he was a dead ball specialist, but then Di Maria took all the dead balls.
And I mean, and this guy was a
shit.
Roger Smith player, so
Yeah.
that also counts.
Yeah,
and apparently there's some stuff going on with his family. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but yeah,
Come on.
maybe there's a lot of things we don't know. But
listen,
it really disappointed me with his mentality.
I've never heard of a German family not liking living in Lisbon, man. That is something unheard of.
I don't know, but
I mean,
his
how many
parents
German
might be
families
sick
do
or
you know?
something.
Peraí,
Yeah.
Tiago. How many German families you know besides Roger Schmidt?
Muitas,
Parece
pá.
que conhece muitos, bro.
Eu
Foda-se.
conheço muitos, man. German people, they love Portugal. You know that.
I think I would just stick with. I don't know many people who don't like Lisbon. I was like, except Portistas, everybody in Porto. Besides that, everybody else loves Lisbon.
Yeah, but
Except
it can be
best.
something related to
Yeah,
his
no, you're
parents
right.
not being well or something.
But the thing is that Auschwitz had played more games at left back than Best had last season.
Yeah, for sure.
And we still went and got him.
Auschwitz was one of the best left backs in Europe.
Bom, vamos embora. Tiago, it's been a great pleasure having you, man, and I'm glad that you were on this side of the pond and we got a chance to get you on a podcast. I know it's been a while, right? Because you've been a follower of ours for a while, and I know that you always wanted to come, but there was always that time difference that we have from here to Europe, and it would be late for you. And obviously, you're not like Cristiano who doesn't do jack shit. You got work to go to. So yeah, man, I appreciate you definitely coming, and obviously, Visão, thank you for. Did you ask permission from Visão to come?
Visão.
I'm not exclusive.
Oh, you're not exclusive?
We have an open relationship.
Oh, okay.
Ei, então queres ver o Visão emprestou-nos o banco deles? Ei, estou lixado, man.
I'm Visão's best. Jan Mikkel's best.
Tá bom.
It's just I'm a good backup, but not good enough.
Yeah. No, but definitely thank you for
crack, pá, és crack.
spending some time with us and thank you to the whole chat.
Tiago, tens de ser
Of
lá a
course, man.
malta do. Tens de ser lá a malta do Red Vision.
Hum.
Se falam inglês, they're welcome to come too, bro. They're
Não,
welcome
man,
to
não.
come.
Ninguém fala inglês, são todos muito burros.
Subscribe to my
Foda-se.
OnlyFans channel. Come on.
Yeah, whenever there's an interview with someone or I speak with Tiago, he speaks English. You guys are like 25, you don't speak English. Where do you live? Antalya, Turkey. So yes, it's yeah.
Ei, agora vamos ter os turcos contra a gente. Ei,
No, it's fine. I have a lot of Turkish family, so I know what I'm talking about.
It was awesome, man. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course, guys. Thank you so much for having me over, and yeah, let's see where this season brings us. But yeah, we really need to win trophies, guys.
Yeah,
it's
I
been bad.
I hate to say it, but I see us taking a step backward on Saturday.
I don't know. I don't feel that confidence. This team is so bipolar.
Yeah, and I just
We'll
think
see.
that there's a lot more consistency in Sporting despite all the injuries. And they were about to be out of Europe also, so they won't play as much now. But I don't know. Benfica just hasn't shown any consistency, and we all know that to win the Portuguese league, you need consistency.
Yeah.
2-1 para os bons. 2-1 para os bons.
With a good drainage system.
Yeah.
O que é que tu dizes, Alfredo? 2-1. Dave, write it down. 2-1.
2-1. I like
Or
that. I
1-2.
like that. It's gonna be a home
1-2.
match, anyways. We're gonna fill that stadium with our supporters. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean they could fly from Lisbon for like $3.32.
I'd say like 70% of the island is Benfiquistas anyway, so they're all gonna show
true.
up.
I don't know, man.
So-
I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not. I don't think we get all 3 points.
One thing I guarantee is that there's going to be a lot of red in the stadium.
I hope I'm wrong.
Guarantee that.
I hope I'm wrong.
That's true, but I'll go for a 1-3 win for Benfica.
3-1. I say 2-1. Okay, 3.
2-1.
E que? 4 gols do Paulides?
Yeah, with an own
3-1
goal
and 4
included.
goals.
Ele nem joga. Ele vai. But you said
Scores an own
rotation.
goal and 3 on the other goal.
Ele vai jogar.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be, unfortunately, Cabral is going to play.
No, man.
I would play Belotti, but I
Yeah.
think he's going to go with Cabral.
Belotti will be my choice, but we'll see. Anyway, Cristiano, Dave, always a pleasure. Everyone, chat. Thank you very much. All the people are gonna hear us later. Thank you so much. We'll talk again on Tuesday of next week. I think so. I think Tuesday will be good.
Yeah, we play Tuesday, so it'll be a recap.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Later.
Love you, Açores.